Hi everyone. First, I would like to thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate the support. Um, I'm new on YouTube and we're trying to develop this channel so that we can motivate you and find ways to be a better person every day. So, I was thinking about a topic for my second video and I was like, there are so many topics I would like to talk about. And I was then thinking that, but actually, people always ask me which book they should read, which books. So I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna make a video and tell you guys what are the 5 books that changed my life. They're over there, around this tree of knowledge. There are 5 of them. Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill is actually the first one. And I mean, it's been sold for 15 million copies after the Great Depression in 1937 for some reasons. Now, Napoleon Hill believed that through autosuggestion and attraction law, I'm sure you've heard about it already before, that actually our thoughts are so powerful that they can create events. So this man sounds a bit dodgy or like, oh my god, I just need to think and then I'm gonna grow rich. But I mean, it's a bit more subtle than that when you realize in the book. But I like to give this example of a life example, actually. I was in London, going to Canary Wharf, looking at these JP Morgan skyscrapers, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so stupid. Why did I fail this interview? I would have been there working hard, late for JP Morgan, and I was thinking about that very strongly. Then I went home, it was one stop after, and the next day I got an email from JP Morgan asking me to come for an interview. So if this is not attraction law, I don't know how you can call that. Anyway, it's just a real life example to tell you that at the end of the day, your thoughts are very powerful. So you know there is this say that says, smile to life and life will smile back to you. And I really believe in that. The second book, a bit different. So in this case, we are not only talking about thoughts, but about socializing. So the second book will be How to Win Friends and Influence People from Dale Carnegie. So I guess you understood that I was an extrovert. So for me, when I read this title, How to Win Friends and Influence People, it was a bit dodgy. I was like, first, I don't need to win friends. I made friends very easily. And secondly, why influencing people? But afterwards, when I started to read this book, I mean, it's been sold for 30 million copies. So I believe there was a reason for that. And I was like, actually, the first part was very straightforward, I would say, for an extrovert, that you need to show that you care, using people's names, and so on. But as an extrovert, sometimes, I mean, we talk a lot. Definitely, we talk a lot. And we fail to listen people. And I think this book really taught me that I need to listen more. But really active listening, without listening and waiting like what I'm gonna answer after that, but listening, understanding the people. And really, if you want to convince people, make sure that the idea is coming from them and not from you. Quite interesting, isn't it? The third book, Great, from Angela Duckworth, How Passion and Resilience are the key to success. So, quite interesting book. So we talk about thoughts, influencing, and now we're gonna talk about grades. There were a lot of books about hard work, success, resilience, but I really like this book because of the story of the author in a way. So she was a consultant at McKinsey and decided to move to an underprivileged school and teach math. The book is talking about how persistence and passion are really important for you to succeed. let's say you want to work in finance. I mean, if you work in finance for money, it's gonna be a bit tricky for you to succeed, because money won't help you to get this stamina, this resilience that you need to have to succeed. And she's mentioning this 10K, this 10,000 hours, this 10,000 hours rule that exists in a way that you need to do something 10,000 hours to be a professional, to be an expert. I really believe in that in a way talent is one thing, but if you don't put in the work and the effort for it, you're not going to be successful. And I realize I love finance, I was passionate about it, but no, so that I'm teaching, I'm learning every day. I'm trying to help people to grow as individuals, and I don't see time is flying so much. And I really believe in that. If you're good in something, if you're passionate, if you have the resilience, you can succeed. Another book, the fourth one, Outliers, from Malcolm Gladwell. Basically, Malcolm Gladwell is a journalist from the New York Times. He's frequently looking at success, hard work, how people get successful, and I mean, I really enjoy his book, and this one in particular, because he's looking at outliers, so people outside society. How did they manage to get successful? Were there some settings, some different factors that brought them to success? As an example, he's mentioning ice hockey players. So how those professionals manage to be that trained and skilled? He realized that most of them were born in January, and as a matter of fact, being born in January enabled them to train themselves earlier than others, and therefore being more trained, more skilled than other people. Another example was Bill Gates. How Bill Gates got successful in IT. So you know, Bill Gates is the co-founder of Microsoft. So his school, when he was young, was the only school in the area which had an IT room, and he was able to work on the computer until super late thanks to that. So it's really interesting, because all the book that we mentioned before about thoughts, about influencing, about grades, this one actually put perspective in our thinking, that you can be as hard worker as you want, with really strong thought and being socializing a lot. The problem is sometimes you cannot change things, and things happen by coincidence. And I agree that you create your own luck, and I totally believe in that, but replicating a situation that you can be successful will bring you success at the end. And last but not least, I wouldn't finish a video about the book that changed my life without mentioning psychoanalysis. So the last one will be Healing Your Aloneness, Finding Love and Wellness Through Your Inner Child. And it was written by Margaret Paul and Erica Shopish. So it really came to me by chance, literally. And I was like, oh my god, a psychoanalysis book. It was quite technical in some ways, but the main focus is how to find balance between your inner child, which is basically this young child between 0 and 12 years old, that's within yourself, and you adult. So you need sometimes you feel like, oh, there is something wrong, I'm not happy, I feel bad today and since 2 months, but I don't know why. Everything is great, I have a great job, I have a girlfriend, I have friends, I'm going out, I have money, but I'm not happy. And therefore you're wondering, like, where is this imbalance coming from? And this book will help you to understand that this inner child needs a loving adult. Okay, so this was my 5 top books. Of course, there are many more books that I can advise you, but learning is key. And if you want to grow, there is no crazy recipes. Like, you need to learn, you need to watch. I mean, just go on YouTube. there is so much content that you can watch and learn through it. So don't hesitate to leave in the comments below a book that changed your life that I didn't mention. I would be really happy to reply to it. And also don't forget to subscribe, and you can share the channel and give it a like if you really enjoy it. This will help a lot, especially at the beginning. And see you next week.